tell you, after the shutdown of COVID and by COVID in 2020, man, it really made me appreciate what we have. The opportunity to see the stars and just get together and see everybody. Like
Yeah.
I felt like a ship in a bottle for that whole year. Like I just wanted to do what I do, and to not be able to do that drove me crazy. That's why we signed contracts. We did the outdoor show. We wound up going to adding the 2 shows to Hunt Valley, doing going to the Expo Center last year for both the outdoor show and then the indoor show. Like it was hell to not be able to do that.
Yeah.
So it really gave me a new appreciation of what we're doing.
Yeah. And just to add to this, so going to horror conventions, it's unlike anything else. If you've never been to one, you have a unique family and friend base that you build through that. Met Mick essentially through Donna Jean, I kind of know through Monster-mania, and another person on Nerdboxes through Monster-mania. So our channel is kind of formed through Monster-mania and meeting those connections, and then meeting other people outside of our channel is through the same thing, that love of horror conventions and that same passion. So definitely, if you haven't gone to one, this is definitely a convention that you definitely want to go and check out. You'll have a great time.
Oh, and I mean, listen, for a guy who's an official rep of other horror conventions, I can say, not putting them down, this is the best horror convention on the Eastern Seaboard. Definitely go out and check it out. Only because I don't go out to the ones on the West Coast, and I haven't been out there in years. But I can definitely say with surety is the best on the East Coast. So, Dave, you put on a hell of a show.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, so much great stuff that goes into it.
Can't believe we're at like 50 already.
It's I'm sitting there the other day. I was like, so we're working Carolina Fear. Sorry, I'm a talker. We're working Carolina Fear Fest, and I'm sitting there getting ready to do a panel with Clint Howard, and he was a little late. And the reason I bring that up is because his movie came into it, and one of the we're kind of livening up the crowd and such, and keep them going. And one of the guys says, yeah, my father worked on this movie. And I was like, what's so crazy about that? I remember the first time I met him here, and this was like 20 years ago. Not even more now. And I think it was Chilla Theater, one of them. And we were talking about my best friend who passed away. I know this is getting cut, Dave, but whatever. I want to tell a story. And, having passed away last year, I was like, I really wish he got to see me hosting the panel with him, because that's where we started. That's where we started this journey. And that's another thank you to you, sir, because your convention kept us going for sure. So thank you.
Yeah. I mean, we got started because of Killer. I was writing for horror magazines back then, and the Universal Monster stamps were coming out, and I was supposed to have an interview with Sarah Karloff, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to be in Secaucus. Well, let's do the interview in person." So she said, I'm at this event called Chiller Theater. So, I went up to check it out. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. Like, blew me away. And then wound up becoming, a vendor there, and became, good friends with Kevin, who runs it. They just celebrated their 30th anniversary.
Yep.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, but it's funny, man, time flies, and you meet people at conventions, and the friendships last forever. I was on a staff of a convention out in Pittsburgh called Monster Bash, run by Ron Adams, who does Creepy Classics mail out service, like a lot of DVDs. It used to be VHSs, and then it switched over to DVD, and he has collectibles and stuff like that. And I became really good friends with Ron at Chiller. He asked me to join staff, and I became really good friends with other staff members in Pittsburgh. And now, that was 22 years ago. Those guys that I met at that show are still like some of my very closest friends. You meet like-minded people, and the friendships last forever.
Yeah. not to go on too much about this because we'll cut this part out. But so I found it funny. So when I went to my first cosplay event, Dave was up there introducing, and he gave that speech as like, this is our whatever year it was, and it's amazing to see people that used to come here with their kids, and now their kids have grown up and they're still coming here, and now some of them are even bringing their own kids. And it's like, wow, that's something. And that's when we first kind of started going too. And I started out when my daughters were 5 and 4, and now they're 14 and 13. And it's like, it's amazing to see that whole progression of fandom.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah. But a lot of people met and got married at our convention. Sid Haig met his wife at our convention. And we've had staff members that met their spouses at our show.
That's awesome.
It's funny how how things have really developed over the course of time.
It's a community, especially horror. It's a community that just grows and grows, and it's wonderful to watch.
Yep. When I post pictures online about going to conventions, a lot of times people's like, oh man, which one should I start with? And I always will typically refer to Hunt Valley. That is my favorite of the 3. I've been to the Expo Center. I've been to Cherry Hill. It's like, go to Hunt Valley. Start off in the Hunt Valley one. I know it's a little bit further out, but there's a lot of other things that you can do in that area at the same time. So you can make a whole vacation of it. Yeah. But great convention.
I love the Hunt Valley location. I used to be a vendor there. Years ago, there was a show there. Many years ago, there was a Hammer Horror type of show there called FanX. And I used to go there, fan. And then Horror Find used to do.
I loved Horror Find
there. And I used to be Horror Find as a vendor. And then when Horror Find went away, we stepped in as Monster-mania. So I've been a fan there, a vendor there, and a promoter there. So next year, starting next year, we're going to be there twice a year. We'll be announcing the dates. Probably by the time this airs, the dates will have already been announced. It's going to be in April going forward. We're going to have an April show and an October show every year in Hunt Valley.
That was for me. It was always big because my buddy and I started going to horror conventions with Chiller Theater. We're from New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Way back in the day, I think like 2000, 2001 was like our first one when we graduated high school, and then 2003 we started coming down to you guys, Cherry Hill, and it was amazing. And we found Horror Find as well. So when we found out that you guys were going down and doing it in the same place, we were like, yeah, every year we're going down to both. We're going to do both because it's just so much fun.
Yeah. And it's funny how different. I mean, even though they're all Monster-manias, Hunt Valley is completely different than Cherry Hill, and Oaks is completely different from Hunt Valley and Cherry Hill. It's like it's 3 different variations of the same dinner served 3 different ways, I guess.
It's true. I have to
agree.
Great menus. So much fun.
Yeah, I love the idea of the con. My wallet hates me for it, though.
Trust me, I know what you mean.
Casey and I had that problem. Like we were at a convention working last week, and I came back broke. So now I'm just sitting here like I'm going to stay in this weekend.
Besides the autographs and all that, like the vendors' rooms are just so, you'll see stuff in the vendors' rooms that you've got to have, and you're not going to see it again. So, you got to get it while you see it, And a lot of times, like I'll see something on Friday, and because I'm running around doing things, I don't get a chance to actually go back and buy it until Saturday or Sunday. And half the time it's gone by the time I go back the second time. Yeah. So, I've learned if I want it, stop what I'm doing and buy it, and before someone else does.
Yeah.
Yeah. My cases behind me are mainly Monster-mania supplied. And the cases in front of me and the stuff on the walls.
True.